All right, friends, so we're gonna do some more poetry. So go ahead and get this out of your book bag and open it up to the poem that says, "Do not shout." All right, so let's go ahead and read this. This one we're gonna be focusing on a special spelling of EA. So let's read it first and then we'll go back and look at what we're focusing on. All right, do not run, do not shout, do not leave your pencils out. Do not scream, do not hit, do not throw a great big fit. All right, so it's talking about some of our actions and how we should be acting, right? So let's look back. We're gonna focus on that EA. So let me show you what I mean by EA. If I were to say this within a word, typically I'm not gonna say a, right? Like let's look at this word. We're not gonna say av, right? No. We know this word as leave. So this EA is really going to say the sound like this, E. So let's look back at it, leave, okay? There's two vowels, we're gonna say that first one's name, leave. So let's go ahead and underline that EA. So when you get to it on your own, you know that you're supposed to say the name of the first vowel, E, leave. And then the silent E doesn't say anything, obviously. All right, let's look for another EA in here. There's only a few. All right, I see another EA. We know that we're not gonna say scream, right? No, we don't know what that is. Do not scream, huh? It's kind of silly. Okay, EA we know says E, scream. So go ahead and underline that. When you read this, it's gonna say E, scream. Okay, let's look at this next one. It might trick us. Do not hit, look for another EA. Oh, I found one. Okay, so we know that we're not gonna say it as a, right? At. What is at? I don't know. Do not throw a at big fit. Huh? What is that? Okay, let's try it how I've been telling you with the E. So instead of a, we're gonna say E. Greet. Well, I know what that word is. Greet, like I will greet you at the door. But that's not this spelling. That's the incorrect spelling for that. This EA is pretty special, and there's not many words in the English language that have this sound that it makes with the EA. There's only a few other ones, but this EA is actually going to say the sound like AY. So instead of EA or the E, we're going to say like A. Great. Oh, we know what that is, right? So how tricky is that? These EAs say E, but this one says A. Don't worry, there's only like a handful of these kind of tricky words with EA in the English language. Some other ones are like breaker, stake. So there's not too many, but this EA tried to trick us because it really says A. All right, let's read it one more time, and then we'll move on to our next one. Do not shout, do not run, do not shout, do not, there's my clue, leave your pencils out. Do not, there's clue, scream, do not hit, do not throw a great big fit. All right, don't let that one trick you out. The EA at the end says AY. Okay, look. I have a mouse in my house. I have a cat under my hat. I have a snake by my rake. I have a bear in my chair. Okay, so let's look at this first line. This is a tricky word. I want to tell you that this OU is actually going to say like mow, ow. So instead of we're going to say ow, mouse. Okay, so let's underline that, and I'm going to give myself a little clue by writing OW above, because I'm not going to say I'm going to say ow for mouse. OU. Oh, I wonder if these are the same. Okay. Us. Huh? Let's try this trick. Instead of OU, we're going to make the sounds say ow. House. Oh, I have a mouse in my house. All right, so that OU is actually going to say OW on both of those. Does that make sense? Okay, let's look at the next line. I have a cat under my hat. Well, these two could be tricky, but we're almost in first grade, so they're not tricky to us because we're able to easily sound that out. At, cat, at, hat. There's not really any special spelling in there, and we've been working on reading words like those since the beginning of the year. So these ones aren't too tricky, but if you want to, I'd put 3 dots under them just in case you need to sound it out. At, pullet, cat. At, pullet, hat. All right, let's move on to the next line. I have a snake by my rake. These 2 words right here are kind of tricky, but you know what? On both of them, I see the magic E. And what does the magic E do? Well, magic E makes the vowel say its name. So let's go ahead and draw an arrow from the E over to the vowel. So draw your arrow over. E makes the A say its name. So we're going to say this blend right here, snake. And remember, the E already did its job, so we don't need to say that sound. Snake. All right, let's move on to the next one. It has that magic E again, so let's draw our arrow. Underline that vowel. Instead of saying ah, that E is making it say its name for rake. Rake. We don't need to say the E because the E already did its job, making the A say its name. Now, these kind of make sense. I have a snake by my rake. Awesome. Let's move to the next one. This one's going to be a little tricky. These all look the same. They all look the same. This one, they're going to have the same sounds, but different spelling. Let's look at it. And I have a bear in my chair. This is B-E-A-R. This is C-H. C-H says ch. C-H-A-I-R. But they both say air at the end. Whoa. Those are spelled very different. So this one, if I were to write air on its own, like there is a good smell in the air, or there is air outside, that spelling is going to look like this. This is a special spelling though. That E in front of the AR is making it say air. So this is bear, which is a familiar word to you. That spelling, really silly. Those people, when they wrote the English language, think they were a little bit sleepy because they have all of these different crazy spellings. But you're going to learn them all because you guys are awesome readers. Okay, so we have that E-A-R, it says air. Bear in my air, chair. All right, look at all those special spellings. Pretty cool. So let's go ahead and read it and then we'll do one more. I have a. Look at all of your hints to help you with these tricky words. I have a mouse in my house. I have a cat under my at. I have a, oh, that's the magic E, snake by my rake. And I have a bear in my chair. All right, good job. Let's do one more. I sat on a rug looking at a bug. I sat on a chair looking at a bear. I sat in my car looking at a star. I sat by the tree looking at a bee. All right, let's go ahead and find those rhyming words. Just like one that we previously did, all those rhyming words were at the end of the line. Not the end of the sentence, but at the end of the line. So let's look at this first line and the second line and see if there's any that rhyme. I sat on a rug looking at a bug. What 2 words rhyme? On and at? No. A and looking? Definitely not. Okay, rug, bug, those rhyme. Let's underline them. Rug and bug, part of the UG family. Okay, let's look at this next one. I sat on a chair looking at a bear. That chair and bear is from that last page where they tried to trick us. See, we're smart, we're already learning. We know what those words say. All right, rhyming words. AA. Yeah, those rhyme, but kind of don't count. Chair and bear, those are rhyming words. Underline. All right, I sat in my car looking at a star. Rhyming words in this one are my and at. No? Okay, what about, sat and star? No. Sat and car. Sat, car. Those don't rhyme. And they're on the same line. All of these have been on separate lines. The rhyming words are not on the same line. See, there's only one rhyming word per line. So this one, it can't be sat and car. They're on the same line. They've all been at the end. Oh, it must be car and star. Let's underline. All right, next one. I sat by the tree looking at a bee. That's an easy one. Go ahead and underline those rhyming words. Tree, bee. All right, let's give it another read. I sat on a rug looking at a bug. I sat on a chair looking at a bear. I sat in my car looking at a star. I sat by the tree looking at a bee. All right, if you want to go ahead and color it, go ahead and do that. And remember that you guys can always read these when you're reading in your reading bag. Okay, we'll do some more next week.